from Love Notions, and I'm going to walk you through the shawl collar on the Olympia dress. This may not be a technique you've done before, so I thought I would do a quick little video. So first of all, after you've cut your front bodice, make sure that you transfer the markings up here at the shoulder to your pattern piece, front and back, so both pieces get it. And I have gone ahead and I've already sewn the center front seam from the bottom up to the pivot point that's marked on the pattern piece. Make sure you go all the way up to that point, and then go straight down the corner. Then you're going to take a small pair of scissors and clip into that corner almost all the way to the stitching.
Fold your bodice right sides together. Fold the end of the collar over that center front line. Take it to your sewing machine or serger and stitch or serge that center front line all the way down. Unfold the bottom of the collar and press it into place.
So after you've sewn the center front seams, you're going to do the center back of the collar piece. You'll just do a straight stitch, right sides together, press your seam open, and then fold the collar wrong sides together, and then just clip or pin that in place. So now we're going to situate everything in the back from the wrong side to make sure the collar lies correctly. So this collar, you're gonna the markings you made from the shoulder seam, we're going to match those up like so. So front to back, those should be matching. And then just clip those in place for now. Now I want you to take this collar, the front bodice piece, to your sewing machine and do a stay stitch starting from where the collar goes across the back collar to the front, just this piece, just to keep it in place. I'm stay stitching the collar in place so we can be sure everything is accurate. Stay stitch is a regular stitch length within the seam allowance, just barely. So I'm stitching across the back from where the collar folded over, right to the mark we made. We're going to lift your presser foot, turn the fabric, so you pivot, and then go across the center back all the way. Come to the next marking, and then we're going to drop our needle and pivot again. So now I have stay stitched across the collar width of the back to our markings, so we have a nice crisp corner there. We're going to take a pair of scissors and clip right to your line of stitching. So that's going to allow us to open it up. Okay, so turn your front bodice right sides up. And you see we have a nice straight line at the collar and shoulders. This will allow us to attach the back bodice. Mark the center back of the back bodice and pin that, clip or pin, whichever you prefer, right sides together. And then we're going to start from the outside shoulder seams and clip or pin inward. So I like to do each outside shoulder seam and then work my way in. Now this might be this is the tricky part my testers have had a little bit of trouble with because it's not intuitive. So you're going to take your piece and your back shoulder will overlap what we have. It will go right into that clipped area there. So we're going to clip that in place, and then it spreads out flat, and then just continue pinning in place. And then do that for the other side. Start from the outside, Work your way in. Okay, so that's what it'll look like. Now we're going to take this to the sewing machine and work with the right side, or the front up, so you can see where you're going to be pivoting. It'll be a lot easier that way. Okay, we're going to use a straight stitch on a sewing machine and take a 3/8 seam allowance. Starting from one shoulder, we're going to stitch across the entire top of the back. You'll notice my stay stitching is just within the seam allowance because we don't want to be able to see that in the end, and a stay stitch does not come out where opposed to a basting stitch you would pull it out. So we're going to straight stitch all the way up to our corner. You may find you need to stop and reposition your fabric. Just drop your needle down to keep everything in place while you do that. Okay, now we come to our corner. We're going to raise our presser foot, pivot the fabric. Okay, we've come to our first corner. We have raised our presser foot and pivoted our fabric. We're going to lower it again, and we're going to go straight across the back. You'll notice I'm not having to stretch the collar at all. It should fit pretty close to exact. Come to another corner again. We're going to drop our presser foot, our needle, raise the presser foot, pivot, right at that corner. And go straight across. Okay, so we have stitched our collar on. You'll notice you have these corners that are, that's fine, that's normal, that's how it's supposed to be. That's what gives us this, if you look on the Olympia dress I'm wearing now, you can see how the collar comes, and then there's a corner there, that pivot. So that's what we get there. Now, to finish this, you can take this to your serger and serge across here. Then start another line, serge the back neckline, and then the shoulder, and then you have a finished edge. If you don't have the serger, you could trim your seam allowance a little bit and then use an overcast stitch on your sewing machine, or just leave it as is. It's a knit, it's not going to fray. So that's it. Hope that helped.